welcome back to another edition of the Big Exclusive Podcast, live and direct. If you tuned in on the Facebook app, make sure you share the Facebook Live. If you tuned in on the audio, make sure you like, subscribe, consider becoming a patron, and make sure you leave a comment on the Big Exclusive Podcast. Right now, I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna show these sponsors some love so we can get right into the show. Should be a fun show tonight. The gang's all here. Got some cool stuff, coming up. We want to tell y'all about. Also, make sure y'all spam the like and the love and the laugh and the heart button and all that. Right now, I want to give a shout out to R.I.P, home of stuff that's made for people, by people like you and me. So make sure y'all support iCraftMart.com. Be sure to show love to Epic Graphics and Crafts, the official merchandiser of the Big Exclusive Podcast. If you want hoodies, if you want t-shirts, cups, mugs, anything, head over to Epic Graphics and Crafts or shoot over to the BEpodcast.com. Got to show love to Low Exclusive Bakery, home of the world famous Low Exclusive Bakery chocolate chip cookies, chocolate chip toffee, oatmeal raisin cookies, headed up by the youngest in charge, my daughter Cameron. Show some love to Maywa Cosmetics, another young boss in charge, my oldest daughter Kayla. Make sure you get your body mist and your body sprays and all of that stuff over at Maywa Cosmetics. Where it's at? Let me make sure I can show it. Boom, there it is, Maywa Cosmetics. That logo is dope. Like, Kayla, that's decent. Low Exclusive Bakery. There you go, the body mist. It's only $8. Is on sale right now at iCraftMart.com. If you like the way the show looks, if you like the way it sounds, we got to show some love to Critical Shot Studio, the owner over there, Dime. Make sure we always look good and sound good. He's the executive producer of the show. And be sure you guys are downloading the NGTV app. Search for the Big Exclusive Podcast. You can watch us there anytime you want. It's Black owned. Make sure y'all go over and download that NGTV. All right, now that we showed the sponsors some love, I gotta bring in three of the funniest people I know. I'm on it when I get okay. All right, I'm sorry, I was just checking the message. He went from the angry OG to beloved and then just disappeared. Ain't that a bitch? I'll double back. Right now, the funniest guy I know personally. Right now he's in the ATL preparing for, to do what he do best, which is be fucking hilarious. We got the funniest comedian, I think, almost in the world, and not the world, the United States. Welcome in, comedian, Top Flight. Flight, what up with you?
Yo, what's going on?
What's
Hey,
up with the
how
ATL,
you say?
man?
Hey, beloved.
Hey,
Hey now.
beloved. Hey, now. What you doing in the ATL, man?
Nah, man, just getting geared up for another phenomenal show tonight. I'm out here doing a show tonight. Then I go to Alabama tomorrow. Then I come back
Damn.
here. Yeah, I'm in at the Stardome. It's a crazy theater, 300 seater, and I just got word it's like 90% almost sold out. So they'll get that last minute rush, and they'll have 300 in there tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be sold out, bro. That's what you do. I mean, people come out to see, Top Flight.
Yes, sir.
Um, so, quick question: we talked about the episode, the special that you had out. And I wanted to ask you, how's the special going? I watched it. I originally thought it was going to be just you, but when I tell you, it was like a buzzsaw lineup, a comedy from beginning to end, like literally crying real tears of
Right.
laughter. How is that going? I'm feeling like that should really be blowing up, bro. Because
It, here's the thing. It actually is. We were
and
all
no
in a group
knock to the
text.
other comedians, no knock to the other comedians, but bro, you showed your ass. You
Oh
showed your
yeah.
ass, bro.
Oh man,
You
I
showed your
appreciate that.
ass, bro. And this
I
ain't no
appreciate it.
being biased because you my co-host on the show and we brothers. Bro, when I tell you you knew it was a special night, bro, you knew it was a special fucking night.
Right. I appreciate that love, man. I've been here's the thing. Last time we checked, we were all in the group check and email, and they sent us Tubi sent us a viewing. As of right now, we had like 70,000 views. So
Yeah, bro.
it's getting
Congratulations
up
to that,
there.
man.
Yeah,
Clap it
yeah.
up for
Thank
that,
you,
man.
thank you.
That's a
To the
beautiful
point I have
situation,
people hit me up from London and England, and like they
bro.
hit me
As
up
they
with
should,
they
as
hit
they
me up
should.
and they don't even barely speak our language, but they's like, hey man, you were great on that special. We checked it out,
Bro,
we
you
saw it.
showed
So
your ass, bro. You showed your ass. I'm
yeah,
telling you, like that was you. It was a special night for you, bro. And
right.
I had to come back and congratulate you on that,
Thank you.
because
I appreciate it.
I like I said, that shit should be blowing up because it was really that good, man. I don't want to give away none of the jokes, but to be honest with you, bro, like delivery, timing, crowd participation, like that's what you should do. You should create a scorecard, right? And have those 5 categories, and we rate comedians once a week
Right.
on here, because that'll be
Okay.
dope. But oh, but bro, when I say you was in rare form, and I've seen you in person, and I've known you a long time, you knew that was a special night, bro. Because that shit
Right.
was, it was bam, 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 bam. Like you ain't miss a beat, bro. So I just wanted to give you your
I
flowers
appreciate
live on
that.
the show,
Oh
because this
man,
is gonna
thank you.
be audio is gonna be archived, and I just want you to know, like I really think you crushed that, John, man, and I see what's coming down the pipe,
Yeah.
because every
Yeah.
performance you do, you give your all. But it's something like, even Jordan say, some nights it looked like the basket is the ocean. That
Yeah.
night, the basket was an ocean for you, bro. Because I mean,
Right.
you crushed it, man. Catherine Reynolds said, "Congratulations."
Thank
Nat
you.
said, "70,000 views. Congratulations, my man. 100 grand. The king, Kurt Live is in the building." He
Kurt,
says,
what's up,
"Salute
bro?
to Top Flight." Well, for Kurt, I should send you the link so you can pop on. Kurt doing some major things. He just had a phenomenal weekend. Shout out to everybody over at Head Nerds in Charge, Sassy, Tef, Roxy, Kurt, the whole team, A Dot. Shout out to everybody over there, Head Nerds in Charge, man. I saw what y'all did this weekend. That was epic. I would love to talk to A Dot and see how he feel about his weekend, because it looked like he had a good time. But Kurt, continue to crush it, bro. I can't wait to the HNLC con. I mean, when I tell you he doing different things, like Kurt actually got NFT pass, or every ticket to his con is coming with an NFT. Like that's incredible. I've never seen that done before. Like he's going to be the first. Like he doing historical shit. Shout out and salute to Kurt over at
Yeah.
Head Nerds in Charge, man. Jemina said that's awesome. Congratulations, good shit. Our sister Jabira in the building said, "Hey y'all, George Jones peeking in the window, peeking in the window." All right,
Yeah.
but
But
yeah, bro.
it's going good, man. Like I said, even now with that, the tour and the dates are just like flying in, and we booked up all of May now. Now we're working on the summertime, June and July. So Punchline is hitting me up. They want me to come back. So a lot of things are happening. Got a couple cruises coming up. Be on the boat for 5 days. I'm excited about that.
Bro,
To
you
get
deserve it all,
into
bro.
the carnival and a couple other cruises that I got coming up. So I'm super pumped to get on the back on these boats and get back to really going 1,000%, man.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. George Jones said, peeking in the window. He come back and said, I used to have a chair in the front. Y'all know who this is?
George Jones.
Y'all know who this is?
Is that's Roll? Is
The
that?
one and only, the one and
Oh,
only, big motherfucking
I'm looking at
roll.
the picture like it's kind of small. I was like, wait a
Right.
minute.
Because I had to double back, like, wait, let me go check and make sure before I say that. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to jinx it.
Damn, homie.
Big
Wow.
motherfucking
I'm
roll.
happy to see. Wow.
Family.
It's
Yeah.
wow. Good to see you, bro. Well, not see you, but good to
It's
see you
good
typing.
to
Good to
have
see you
you
typing
back in the front row. You ain't never peeking in the window, bro. Your front row seat and your chair on the show is forever
forever.
reserved, bro.
Yeah, that thing
Forever
had a velvet
reserved, bro.
rope. It had two velvet
Exactly.
ropes around that mother.
Exactly. We got your chair had personal security, bro. Ain't no way nobody was coming to sit in it or none of that, bro.
He
Always
done,
look the
he done
Jabir
changed his
said big
name and
roll.
everything.
Yeah, big George Jones. Don said I had to come in just to say it's great to see you back on your swag. Facts. People clap that up. Yeah, clap it up for Big Roll. Yeah. Um,
Oh,
but yeah, so Angry OG will be in a second. We also got a special guest host coming in tonight. Bianca is going to join us tonight. But right now, I need you guys to share the live stream. Make sure you share the live stream. I'm checking. I'm checking right now, and as I can see, none of you shared the live stream yet. Make sure you do that. But tonight's topics, I want to drop it on the screen, let you guys know what we talking about tonight. It's good to have Flight back in to get some of that comedic perspective. This was a good John Flight. I thought this was funny. I
Yeah,
thought
so
this one was better though. Will Smith, Chris Rock, the pursuit of slappiness. The internet too quick with it, man. The internet is too quick with it. But
uh,
let's drop the topics on the screen. TikTok video of the week, of course. Can you truly love a child that isn't yours? Transgender MMA fighter. Do women or men stay in relationships longer because of financial security? Is casual sex destroying marriage? And we got a couple rest in peace shout outs. Rest in peace shout out to Gilbert Godfrey. If you guys don't know who he is, Flight, he a comedian. You can
yeah,
explain who
comedian.
Gilbert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gilbert Godfrey. Trying to think. What was the movie he was in? He did. Damn, what movie was that? Beverly Hills. He was in that.
yeah,
Uh, he was in something else. He got that real quirky voice.
right.
Um,
Short guy.
real short guy, real funny, hilarious white dude, man. May he rest in heaven.
So, um, get. I'm gonna find a picture so everybody know who we talking about. Um, honestly, for you know what it is for me when people pass away, bro. Especially people I kind of grew up on that I kind of had good memories, especially when it comes to them being in movies. Because I think he was the lawyer on I want to say Beverly Hills Cop,
Hmm.
and he had that one scene like, and and
Yeah,
like yeah, that really distinctive voice. And when people you grew up watching, first of all, number one, it makes you feel old, right? It kind of makes you feel old because
hmm
you kind of start to question your own mortality, right? Gilbert was only 67. And here he is right there on the screen. Rest in peace,
yeah.
Gilbert Godfrey. He was only 67 years old. And that's I don't know, man. The older I get, some of these ages don't seem as old as they used to when I was coming up. I can remember being 17, 18 years old, and then 30 and 40-year-old people, telling me um what to do or telling me how to live, and I just be looking at them like, yo, you don't get your old ass
Old
out of
ass.
here. Now nigga 44, and it's like, oh my god, nigga is getting old. Like, that's crazy. um we gotta do another rest in peace shout out. I hate to start the show like that, but you know it, we a podcast. Part of what we do is making sure we talking about current events. And quarterback for the Steelers, Dwayne Haskins. Rest in peace. Shout out to Dwayne Haskins. That's him right there. He's the current, well, was the quarterback for the Steelers. He was originally drafted by, I want to say the Washington Redskins, right?
Hmm.
Um, and he was actually killed on a highway
Yeah, they
in,
got hit by a Mack truck,
yeah, a Mack truck or it was he was
a
hit by
dump
a
truck.
dump truck. Dwayne Haskins was only 24 years old. 24 years old. I think he was a very high draft pick. I want to say like number one or two.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like he was only 24. Gilbert was 67. And I'm in the middle at 44. Like, I pray for longevity, but it just puts that shit in perspective. Like, you really, 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 really have to start to appreciate the people that you love while they're here. Stop spending a lot of time, because normally I don't do this. There's people who passed away, with the exception of DMX. I made sure that I paid tribute to DMX. because that was kind of personal for me. I was able to meet him. That was on my bucket list. Um, and he was one of my, I'm going to argue people down at DMX's top 10. So we can argue that all day. That could be a whole show if y'all want. But more importantly, I normally don't do that. But when I saw Gilbert passed away and I saw that Dwayne Haskins passed away, it has me questioning my own mortality and just trying to give some perspective to people about what death is and what that means. And I don't want to spend too much time on it. Just simply what I wanted to say is death is forever. Forever. There's no coming back to this earthly realm. Whatever it is that you believe in, make sure your faith is strong. Also, make sure while you're here, you try. I know we got priorities and we got shit going on as adults, but make sure you try and live your life in a positive and happy way. Like just enjoy it. Like take a second to stop and be grateful every morning that you woke up. Take a second to enjoy the things to do and enjoy the things that you do, because the saying is all too true. Tomorrow isn't promised, right? Dwayne didn't wake up thinking he was going to get hit by a dump truck. Let's bring angry OG in. Dwayne ain't wake up thinking he was going to get hit by a dump truck. So the point I'm trying to make is live and love and do what you want while you're here. Because once it's over, it's over. Stop the petty arguments, the squabbles. If you love somebody, tell them. Don't wait till tomorrow thinking you have time, because in some cases you don't and you won't. So just be mindful to just love on your folks while you're here. You know what I mean? Guess who in the building, Angry OG?
Man, niggas die every day, B.
I said, guess who in the building?
Oh, big roll.
Big role in the building, bro. He cried when X died. Shout out to Kalila Strong. She said, yes, ride this life at the highest volume. Carpe diem. This shit always. Yeah, I gotta agree with her. Christine, what's up? She said, rest well to both. Um, Catherine said, rest in peace. But yeah, I just wanted to do that and just pay those respects and give those thoughts. Love people while they're here, man. Like fuck it. You never know when the day is your day or your ticket gonna get punched. OG said it. People die every day, B. Just
They
You
do.
be all right, man. Eat some soup or something.
Why we pay respect to people we don't even fucking know? Like, you don't know Gilbert Godfrey or Dwayne Haskins.
yeah, but that's not why I brought it up. I explained why I brought it up. I said because it put things in perspective for me, and I just
Why?
wanted to put the
But
message
people
out
die
there
every
too.
day around you, though. Do that put it in perspective? The people that's around you die. Do that put it in perspective for you?
Yeah, it does. But these two cases happen to be national news, and we on the podcast, so we kind of report on that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to add that message to the situation.
Mm.
People die every day.
They
Yo,
do. Like,
you, boy, you is something else. Uh, Shout out to Angry for checking on the brother. A lot of love, bro. That was for you.
his name is George now, huh?
Yeah, George Jones.
Facebook got in that ass. Hey, man. Yeah,
Uh,
change that name now.
we gonna welcome in a special guest host, get some feminine energy in the building. You guys seen her for a couple weeks. Look, she said, "How you trigger OG that fast? He always triggered." You remember when Hawk? Remember on the Avengers when they asked Hawk, like he was like, they was like, "You seem so zen." It's not a direct quote, but he was like, they was like, because normally he changed it to the Hawk when he get angry. So he's just like, yo, I'm always mad. That's angry OG. He always mad. So he don't need to be
I
triggered.
ain't mad at all.
He always angry. He don't need to be triggered. Miss Monroe, Miss Bianca Monroe, what's happening?
Hey, how is everybody? How's everybody week going?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I know Big Roll gonna be surprised to see you on.
Oh, big roll. Hey, boo. I ain't
That would
seen
be
you in a minute.
that would be a dope shirt for Angry OG. So here it is, man. Let's get into the show, man. The gang's all here. Let's talk about what we're gonna talk about. The topics are right there on the screen. Can you truly love a child that isn't yours? Transgender MMA fighter. Do women and men stay in relationships longer because of financial security? Is casual sex destroying marriage? Where you want to go with it first? Where you want to go with it first? Flight. You got the shortest amount of time here. Like you got to bounce in about a half hour or so. What you trying to talk about first?
Let's talk about loving people, kids. That ain't yours.
You want to start right off with the fireworks. Can you truly love a child that isn't yours? Um, so this topic came about. This was a while ago. I was talking to a friend of mine. She is in the Atlanta, no, in the Georgia area. She's not really close to Atlanta, but she was recently married, right? And the gentleman came in. No, she came in with a younger son, and he came in. His kids were older. And the issue she was having is she felt like the guy didn't love her son the way she thought he should love her son. Now they've been together for about 2.5 years now.
Well, you should
Um,
have asked her, like, well, why you still fucking with him if that's how you feel?
so
The
that
child
that
was a part of you.
so I mean, I guess it's not a matter of now. Again, I didn't ask that question, so I don't know the answer to that. I'm taking the feedback that she was giving me when we initially had the conversation. Um, that was a good question to ask. Like, why you still with him? I should have asked that question, but I never asked that question. What I wanted to understand was what type of love was you expecting from him in such a short period of time, right? It's different as a woman. You give birth to a child. That baby grows inside you and it comes out of you. And to ask a man to come into a relationship and love that child as much as you do, and it's only been 2.5 years, I mean, I guess I don't know. It maybe that's enough time for some people, maybe not. But she was having an issue because she felt like he didn't have the capability to love that child like she felt the child needed to be loved. Like he didn't spend as much time as she thought he needed to spend with the child. Didn't interact with him as much.
Well, that's why she should
So
have married her son's father then. If she ain't gonna be satisfied with how the dude carrying it, she should have married her son's father.
okay. So clearly that didn't work out because she was with him. But that's what brought up that situation was right. Kalila said, "Oh damn." Christine said, "Hey, Ro, welcome back. I'm glad to see you doing well. You were missed." Dawn said, "I helped raise my children's. I helped raise my children, brothers and sisters. In fact, they live with me." Jemina said, "People love in their own ways. You can't quantify
And you
love.
can't say
Men
how
don't
somebody
express
else
love
gonna love.
the
Like,
way
yeah.
women do." Kalita said, "Vicious." Christine said, "I love my stepchildren as if they were my own, and he loved mine just as much." So the question, the one or two questions I did get to ask is, what exactly were you looking for? Um, I guess, and I guess I don't need to go further than that because it's not strictly about her. Because the general question is, can you love basically kids that you didn't give birth to? And Flight, you wanted to start it off, so I'm gonna
What's
go
up, man?
ahead and throw the alley oop to you and let you lead the conversation.
Yeah, I think you can definitely love children that's not yours. I mean, if you're with somebody and they have children, that is a package deal. You know what I mean? So all that comes together. I think the hardest part sometimes is when you do fall in love with the children and the relationship don't work out. You still try to keep that foundation with the kids, especially if they're the only individual you know. Um, it could be a variety of different things. I mean, from my personal experience, uh, the the young lady
And the kittens
decided to
come with the
keep,
cats. Like
huh?
the kittens come with the cat.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely true. But again, I mean, I didn't mind it. If I'm gonna be with you, then I'm gonna take on everything that comes with you. You know what I'm saying? So, um, whether that be, the good, the bad, the ugly, we all got our skeletons in our closet. You know what I'm saying? But to just because me and you ain't work out, I hate when people try to keep the children away. You try to build that relationship and keep that going. The kids ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So uh I just like to, even now with me and my divorce, I still stay in touch with her children, just check on them. I ain't got to call her directly. And thank God one of them is older. So when you're dealing with older children, it makes it a lot easier because you can have that communication with them without even, I don't care what your mind doing. I'm calling to see how you doing, because I have that love and respect and trust for you. So for me, I love my stepchildren. I still view them as that and as such, and they'll always be my boys because that's how I viewed them, that's how I treated them, and that's how I love them. And that love ain't gonna go away just because I may not be around or see y'all as much, but I still cherish the moments that we had, and I'll still, teach you how to be a man from my perspective and the way I see fit, and have that line of communication. So for me, I say it's a yes. I don't think women should do that. And yes, you can love children that's not yours. What you think, Angry? You
Kittens
like
come with the
fuck
cat.
them kids?
No, I mean that's how can you fuck with somebody and not their kids though? Like who going to allow you to fuck with them and not their kids? And kids are the most precious thing on the fucking earth. So how can you not love a child?
Right,
So they if you like the young lady that's in somewhere in Georgia, if she's still fucking with this dude 2.5 years after starting to see him, that's more than enough time for him to develop a bond with that child.
right.
So I want to hear how like because then again he might do love the child,
You might do
but
love them,
she
right?
yeah, but she might not understand, because first of all, you a fucking woman, so you don't know how a man loves. You a fucking woman, so stay in your fucking place with it. Like, now, if he just out and out don't fuck with your kid, then that's you disrespecting yourself by still fucking with him.
Right.
Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna fuck with somebody that can't accept my kids. Like, you can kick rocks.
Very true. Miss Monet.
That's one way to look at it. Well, I feel like it's possible to love kids that's not yours. I feel like it's easier though to love a child when they're like first born and raised up, so then that way they know you versus going into something where as though they're already maybe 9, 10 years old, set in their ways or whatever. Me speaking from somebody that don't have children, I've been in relationships with guys who have kids, and it's kind of tough. Like it's kind of tough to where as though you don't know where in like where your footing is. Like you don't want to go come off too hard, but then you don't want to. So it's a fine line. Like I believe you can love children that's not yours, but I feel like some kids are bad as shit. Like, if you got badass kids, that's a little touchy. But I mean, like I said, it's possible. Like I said, it'll be easier if the baby was maybe 1, 2, 3 years old. Then that way, when you in their life, you had a hand in raising them. So therefore, it's easier for you to love this child as if it's your own versus going into a relationship where somebody kids is grown and then you trying to figure it out and whatever else. So it's possible. It definitely
Well,
is.
well, since they grown, you don't gotta love them. Fuck them, they grown. Like,
Just fuck them, huh?
yeah, if they grown kids, like, you don't gotta deal with no grown kids.
I mean, like not grown, but like preteens and teenagers and things like you still
Right.
have to have some kind of relationship. So where I say it gets like a little tricky because you don't want to force yourself on a kid, but you don't want to seem like you don't give a fuck either. So it's like you
Right.
don't know where you fit in. It's like where am I? It's like double dutch. How am I going like ready, set, like So
I'm about to
it's a
say,
fine line between the two.
right. But then again, nowadays these teenagers, they be like, nigga, it's for y'all. Like you ain't the only you ain't the only one now. Come on now. Now, what you gonna do? The last nigga gave me $20. What you gonna do? You give me 40? I might think about it. Like these kids nowadays, they'll tell. So you know what I'm saying? You just gotta pick and choose your battles, man. With when you dealing with, shit, not even teenagers. 9 and 10, they got miles
Yeah,
and they
that's what
Straight.
I'm
cussing
saying.
and
It's a complicated situation. Like you don't know
you
exactly
ain't my
when
daddy.
to exert yourself or when not to exert yourself. You don't really want to say too much because you don't want them to take offense to how you feel about their parenting skills or how you feel about their kids. So it's just like it's a so even though the lady in Georgia or yeah, Georgia or whatever, she may be with this man and he possibly may love her kids, but at the same time, he might be like, well, you don't know what their situation is. Like you never know how she's raising her son or if he disagree. Like you don't know their parent dynamic to say this is I want you to do this or do that or don't do this or like it's it's very confusing, especially when it comes to kids. That can make or break a relationship.
Jemina said, yes, you can, but it's a process. Just like dating, you don't love overnight. We have love and give love, but it's a process. Relationships have to be built with the mother and then the child. Kalila said, OG, she was with you, OG, all the way up to women stay in your place.
It's the truth. You can't tell a man how to love and shit. Like that motherfucker ain't telling you how to love your child. Like you can't tell a motherfucker how to love somebody as a man, and you ain't no fucking man. Like you can't even relate to his feelings as a female because you a fucking woman.
Big Rose said, it's a blessing if a dude is willing to care for and be in the lives of young girls because it helps prevent them from growing up with a negative mindset towards men. So here's a question, and then we're gonna move on from this topic. So, and Flight, you alluded to it a little bit earlier. Um, by the off chance you do find yourself, because I don't care how long you with somebody. Well, I shouldn't say that. If you with somebody in the same dwelling, y'all live in the same house for more than a year, and there's kids involved, you develop some sort of um, feelings, good, bad, or indifferent towards the kids, right? So the final question on the topic I want to know is, once y'all break up, do you still kind of maintain that relationship with the kids?
You can't just
I'm
cut
not
the kid
talking
off.
about I'm not just talking about a marriage. I'm talking about boyfriend girlfriend marriages, relationships. Collectively, whatever type of relationship you in. Once the relationship is over, um, do you still take the opportunity to spend that time or maintain that connection with the child?
You don't just cut the kid off. Like if you establish a bond with the kid, that bond like with kids, they last a lifetime. You don't just stop seeing the kid because you and the mom, didn't work out and shit. Like, man, that mean you ain't really fuck with the child like that. If you could just clip the child wings like that and just get ghosts.
Flight.
yeah, I mean, for it works both ways. Nah, I mean, I know for me, I'm speaking for personal. I don't talk to him as much, but we do have, it's a text or a call or hey, how you doing? How's your brother? What's going on? What's new? What's this? What's that? And we just keep that line of communication that way. Um, when I call, I never mention his mother because I don't want to know. So
I'm
it's
not
just
interested.
more
He probably was like, the new guy not funny like you.
this new
My new
nigga ain't
dad,
got one joke.
my new dad not as funny as you.
yeah, I don't know who this nigga is. He don't take us nowhere. You used to buy us everything. So, I mean, listen, I take it a step further. This how much I really love the kids and I'm putting my business out, but I don't care. It is what it is. I love her kids so much. Them little fuckers still on my medical insurance. because I don't want to see them be without it. And I thank God that I did that because one of them had a real severe injury. And if I would have been petty and small minded or not really cared and loved for him, I'd be like, nope, your mother out, y'all little fuckers out too. So the fact of the matter, if that don't tell you something, that the relationship that I had with them, like, yeah, y'all, I'm not even with your mom, but I'm gonna let y'all rock for a little while until she gets situated or whatever it is she need to do, and then when the time comes, I remove y'all. But I love your kids that much. I'm willing to keep them on the health benefits. So that was big.
Mm.
How
Like
much longer they got?
my son got a little sister, and I wasn't never with her mom, during her life or whatever. But that's his little sister, and I got a daughter that's like in her age group or whatever. And they like he just was my daughter was just over their house over the weekend, like, and I spent time with the little girl, like that's my little buddy, and I wasn't even never with her mom, during her lifetime.
Mm. That's nice.
Shout out to my guy Levin jumped in the podcast. Levin said depends on how deep the bond is. It depends on how deep the bond is important. He said he agreed with him. We are all still mentors if moms allows it if they need it. Wild Flight salute. Christine said, Wild Flight, that's admirable. You're a great man. Somebody always gotta take it too far. Somebody Levin said, little fuckers. Oh, that's what Flight said. He also said, good shit, Flight. Jemina said, that's an expression of a man's love. That's an expression of a man's love. A woman would have to cut them off. Laugh out loud. Yolanda said, I've never been in a situation that I live with someone's children, so I can't honestly say. All right, we understand that. We're going to keep the train moving on the podcast. We just talked about can you truly love a child if it isn't yours? So what we got left, we got transgender, MMA. Do women stay in relationship? Do women or men stay in relationships longer because of financial security? Is casual sex destroying marriage? Let's take it to the whether or not casual sex is destroying marriage, because
I don't think so.
Bianca brought this topic, and I want to know, where it comes from and what's the breakdown of this topic.
Um, Hell yeah, casual sex is destroying marriage. I feel like it's so easy now for you to run out and have sex with somebody versus, really getting to know somebody, or because it's so readily available. All right, I had to slow that down. Yeah, readily available for you to get. It's so easy for you to obtain that you don't have to pretty much work for it. So since you ain't got to work for it and you can just, Netflix and chill or pop out or whatever, 9 times out of 10 that is going down. Once it goes down, that's it. Like, ain't nobody looking for relationships no more. Like, for what? Why would they have to put in work with one person when they could get it easy from 10 people? So that's my. I feel like it's destroying marriage. I don't feel like marriage is a thing.
My rebuttal to that is when the last time, like in general, people waited for marriage to have sex. I'm asking you that, Bianca, because you making it
I
seem
mean,
like it's all of a sudden. When the last time people waited to have sex for marriage
I
in
can't
general?
say. I mean,
So
I don't
how
know. I
it so
can't say.
so
I
how
don't
is
have the
so
statistics.
how is casual sex been around since when?
Forever.
So how was it destroying marriages if it's been around? And
It's been a decline in marriage rate since the rise of social media.
you can't blame it on casual sex because casual sex, motherfuckers been getting it in forever without getting married.
So what would you blame it on?
Not that. So and now modern women, a lot of them don't even want to get married.
Right.
A
Oh
lot
And
of
shit!
you
people
want to
don't
know
even want
why
to get
modern
married
women don't want to get married?
for their own particular reason. It ain't because of casual sex because people been getting it in.
I
I
mean,
don't I don't
I
think
would
that's
say that
I don't think that's the
that
reason.
I think
And
that has
and,
an
and I
issue.
think
That's the thing.
a bigger reason for not wanting to be married is that shit ain't what it used to be.
Why is it not
Marriage
what it
ain't
used
what
to
it
be?
used to be because those vows is antiquated. Like
Oh
The
Mm.
shit.
foundation,
Oh
the foundation of
Jesus,
marriage,
these
that shit is
jailers.
old, was wore out. Like you can't live, people can't live up to that shit.
Flight, hold on, okay? Flight, hold on.
And why do you
Can't
feel
live up
that way?
because you can't live up to that shit that they the vows that you set. Like it's hard to live up to that shit. A lot of people now be like, you know
But
what,
you
man, I
could
ain't even
years
gonna do that
ago.
shit if I can't do it, huh?
But you could years ago.
You did what?
You could years ago. Years ago, you had,
It was a
but people didn't
different
have as
time.
much access. Right, that's what I'm saying. So even though casual sex may have been a thing then, casual sex is more popular now than people actually being in
Time.
relationships. People are in
This is a different
situationships and
this is a
not
different
relationships.
time. When you got women that's empowered to go out and get their own. They don't need no man. The
Okay.
modern women, if anything, you can blame that shit on the modern women. When you can say you go out here, I get my own. I don't need no man for shit. So what the fuck you get
Is it the
married for?
modern women
So why would
or
I want to get married if I could do everything that I need to get done without no man?
so is it the modern woman or the fact that men ain't able to catch up?
Catch up how? Y'all ain't passes. Y'all the one looking for equality.
No, I never said that we passed this. That's not what
You
I'm
just said
saying. You
you
just
just said
said
that we. So if you said if we can't catch up, that means we behind.
right. But y'all
So you
behind
just
with your
said you
own
didn't
way of
say that though.
thinking.
So which one is it?
I'm saying with your way of thinking, you're behind. If you're saying us modern women can go out and get it on our own, we don't need a man for nothing, then wouldn't y'all then be the problem?
No,
Because y'all are now not
that's
used
your
to
mindset.
women.
That's your mind. That's women's mindset. Or now they're able to go out and make their own money. And they say if they can make their own money, I'm independent. I don't need no man. That don't mean the man is behind the woman. That don't mean we fell behind them. That just means that y'all able to go out and get your own money now.
I
So if you
don't
can get
mean
your
fell
own money and
behind
earn
like
your
that.
own
I
keep, you
mean,
saying you don't need no man.
no, it's not that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're behind in that sense. I'm saying behind in your way of thinking. If I'm a modern woman and saying I could go out, I could get my own, and I don't need a man for nothing or whatever, at the end of the day, most men are intimidated by that.
I
So
think that's a crock of
is
shit.
it
I wouldn't give a shit about you going out and getting nothing. That's
that's
you get what
you.
you get. Like why should a man be
That's you
intimidated by
though.
that? Why would somebody
I
be
mean, if
intimidated
that's
by
what
that?
you're saying, I mean, pretty much all you
I
saying
only
is
can
that a
speak for
man
me. I
couldn't
can't
look
speak for
good
nobody
for
else.
right. But what I'm
That
saying
shit
to
don't
you,
that
what
shit
it
don't fit
sounds
me.
like you're saying is that you are saying that the only purpose for a man is to provide.
Ain't that to
Because
protect and
now we
provide?
could go out
So
and
you
get it.
tell you tell me ain't that's what it was built on? The roles was like the man is provide and protect or whatever. So that don't count no more.
Okay, so now that you're saying that it's an old way of thinking, why not modernize your thinking then?
Why? And do
Because
what?
now that's not the time that we live in. We
That's why
don't live in a time where
hence,
women stay at
hence,
home and don't work.
hence the people don't. That's why people not getting married no more. The shit don't even meet up no more. Our way of thinking and your way of thinking, it don't match up. It don't match
So
up
that's
anymore.
what I'm
And then y'all
asking
pick
you.
and choose. But then you pick and choose when you want to be modern. You take the advantageous shit when you want to be modern. But the you know the old school shit, y'all pick and choose. You know what y'all want to do with that or whatever. No,
All
I
right.
ain't. Fuck no, I ain't staying home cooking and cleaning or whatever. But you
I'm
a
not staying
substitute.
home cooking and cleaning if you can't provide for me to stay home and cook and clean.
Who said a man couldn't do that though?
I'm saying if you're a man that can provide and I can stay at home and cook and clean, I have no problem with doing that. But if I'm working 40 plus hours a week, just like you are, and you expect me to come home and cook and clean and then fuck you and then take care of the kids and do whatever else,
Nobody expects that. Cause guess what? Niggas can cook too.
But wasn't
right? But
that
you just that's not what you said that is an old way of thinking. What we thought marriage was for a man was to
It's
protect
no
and
longer.
provide. Now that
Yeah.
women can now provide for themselves, now it may be time for you to shift your thinking to
No,
where as though it's
why?
not just you're
Why
needed
shift
to
my
provide.
thinking? Why should I shift my thinking
Because that's
if it
not the
was
way that the
working
world
for me?
goes now.
If it was working
That's
for
not
me,
the way the
you
world
don't need
works.
no man until you catch a flat tire.
No, I don't need a man for that either.
When you catch a flat tire, you gotta take the trash out. Y'all get tired of that shit. I don't want to hear it.
I don't
You
need a
and
man for that either.
when you laying in bed at
Do I
night,
want a man to
every
do it?
fucking night,
Yes. But do I need a man to do it? No.
every
They
night
got
when you
they
laying in
they got
bed,
AAA.
yeah, okay. Half of the motherfuckers don't. Most of them don't got AAA.
So
And then
Your
Most of
they
them,
mom
got
got it.
most of
kids.
them only
They
know how to gas and
Your
go.
mom got it.
hold on 1 second. Let me let's kind of let's kind of do this a different kind of way. I like this dialogue. It's important. I'm gonna get to a couple comments, and then I got a question for Angry, and I got a question for Bianca. All right. Let's go. Some of these was good. Damn, OG, that was a $35 word. Laughing my ass off. Jemina said, women's movement made it that women wanted to do what men do. Yolanda
Exactly.
said, casual sex is just easier. It's hard to find true relationship. Society is making it difficult. I blame a lot on social media and celebrities. We're going to address that. Kalila said, casual sex has nothing to do with depleted marriages. Casual sex is just as prevalent now as it was then. It is about what you have and expectations within your marriage and being honest with those expectations are. My opinion only. Roll eating popcorn. Levin said depleted marriages are because of the people in the marriages, not casual sex. Christina agreed. Jemina said women want chivalry, but yet want modern thinking. I agree with Angry.
Exactly. That's the
Kalila
advantageous
said,
part.
OG said that we as women pick and choose the old school shit when we want to abide by it. When we want to abide by it, but so do men. What's the difference? That's what we gonna talk about. Levin said, "What? So she can't work and fuck her husband?" Rama said, "I turned into it turned into a heated debate. I see nothing heated. We all grown. We respect each other. It's good though. It's passionate." Rama said, "A lot is happening." She says, Kalila said, I respectfully disagree. The purpose was to be respected as much as the men for the same work. All right. So just to address what Kalila just said, respectfully, you can disagree. And you're right. The purpose was to be respected as much as men for the same work, but we weren't talking about work. Women should be paid the same as men when it comes to
Exactly.
being in the workforce. I
If
have
you're doing the
no
same job, you
complaint
should get
about
the
that.
same kind of money.
But what happened is the movement morphed into something completely different. Okay. Which brings me to my first question. And respectfully, when I ask the question, I don't want anybody to jump in. I just want OG to answer. I'm going to ask Bianca. I want Bianca to answer without interruption because it's important. I need to hear these answers. So, OG, you referred to the fact that um, women, modern women, pick and choose, like they cherry pick what they want and they leave the rest to the side. I think you made the example of what was the
Chivalry. You can
chivalry?
you can you
Okay,
can you can
so
you can you can you can say chivalry on top because they want you to be chivalrous. They want you to wine and dine them and do all that shit or whatever. But they won't do some of the other shit that go along with that at all.
all right,
That's
so
not
my
that they scrapped that
so
from the playbook. Like she
so
just
so
said, I ain't cooking and I ain't fucking you. Like
so then my
That's
question
not what
is
I said. That's
my
not what I
question.
said.
I'm gonna let you respond. I'm gonna let you respond, Bianca. But I'm gonna ask OG this question, and I want him to be able to answer uninterrupted. Okay, OG.
Hmm.
First thing I want to know is what's your interpretation or definition of a modern woman, and how does that differ from women of the past?
traditional women, basically their place was to keep the house, and the man's place was to go out and get the bacon and bring it home for her to cook. The motherfucker would come home and surrender his whole check. He'd go out and get it and bring it home to her. She makes sure everything's straight. But now that they're able to go out and get it on their own, they don't want to hear nothing about no man leading the household because they make money just as well as the man make the money or whatever, and they pull their dick out when it come to that.
Okay.
And they they want equality, but they want equality with certain shit or whatever. And I think that it's just crazy. Like if you a woman You supposed to be ain't nothing. You supposed to be feminine. You got some mass. You got some chicks out here that's walking around all masculine and shit. Leaning on their PhDs and their jobs or whatever. When that shit don't mean nothing to men. I don't give a fuck how much money you make or how much schooling you got. At
So
the end
then
of the
my
day, I want you to be a woman, a feminine woman. At the end of the day,
my follow-up is just explain what being a feminine woman means to you.
being a lady, a lady, like you don't have to be like you like they want to lead the pack. They don't want to listen to you. You can't tell them shit. You know, just feminine, like soft and pink. I want a woman to be soft and pink. That's all. Soft and
Okay.
pink.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give Bianca a chance to respond, and then I have a question for her. Okay.
Oh, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
I wanted you to respond to what he just said. It wasn't a
She,
question.
she turned that nigga all the way off.
Yeah. Right.
No, I didn't turn him off. Like, no, he did say a word that triggered me, and it's like that term, lady, that triggers the fuck out of me. But whatever. A modern woman versus a traditional woman. What I said by cooking, cleaning, and fucking, I don't have a issue with doing so. But if I'm going out and I'm earning a living just as much as you are, I feel like we need to be in a team situation. It shouldn't be everything should be on me because I'm the woman, because it's my role to take care of the household. Like, okay, if I work 40 plus hours a week, we gonna take care of some of these chores together, like lighten my load for me to be able to feel energized enough to cook and clean or fuck and or do whatever. Like, so the traditional woman, they didn't have to go out and work back then. It was the husband only going out to work, and she had to then take care of home and take care of the kids and do all of these things because she didn't have nothing else to do.
Men cook and clean now too, though.
So
It ain't like we
That's
allow y'all
not
to just sit around and do all the
that's not
cooking
what
and
I'm
cleaning.
saying. What I'm
Most most
saying is,
most
if
of the
we're
women
going to be
nowadays
in a
can't even cook.
relationship, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, if we're going to be in a relationship, a modernized relationship where both of us are working, I don't see an issue with both of us taking care of the household. Now, if you're working and I have the luxury of sitting at home, then that's my job, to sit at home, to take care of the house, to cook, to clean, and make sure you don't have nothing to worry about because you're out there working and you're taking care of me as well as this house. But if we're contributing together, oh yeah, no, that's no. I'm sorry.
all right. So
That's
let
just
let
what it is.
But that go without saying though. That's just common knowledge. Like
let
It's
me
not
say this.
common.
Let me say this. It's two things I want to say, and then I have a question for Bianca. The first thing I want to say is I don't understand why people get caught up in tradition versus old when
I think you just do what work for you, man.
that was what I was getting ready to say, OG. At the end of the day, two people are like snowflakes. Everybody is different. Society can't say as a whole what men should be doing, what women should be doing, and then y'all try to bring that ideology to a relationship when you bring one set of DNA with another set of DNA and it comes together and make new DNA. Why is it that people keep letting society say this is what men's supposed to do, this is what women's
Yep.
supposed to do, when a relationship is not a societal relationship? It's between, depending on the relationship, traditionally speaking,
No,
is between one
it's between
person.
a man and the woman. Fuck that other shit you about. Fuck all that. It's between the man that was born the man and the woman that was born the woman. We not acknowledging that other shit that's going on out here. Not
Okay.
tonight.
So traditionally
You gonna
speaking,
learn today.
a relationship is between what OG say, a man born with a penis and a woman born with a vagina. Which again, those two people are as different can be, being come from different corners of the earth. But when you come together, why aren't you guys dictating what your relationship is,
Because what
what
work?
your
Because
marriage
because
is?
what work for two people, two other people, don't work for another set of people. That's why I said those
But
vows.
that's
That
why
shit is
I asked
old.
that
And throw that
question.
shit out the window. That's why nobody's getting married.
Right.
That shit.
I
That's
That,
think
why
you
what
I asked
can't
happens
the
you
a
can't
lot.
hold up
question.
to that shit.
Is it time to switch your way of thinking? Like you
No, it's
can't
not.
go into a
I don't. It's
relationship
not. You don't
thinking
switch your way of thinking. You just do what worked for you.
Right.
right,
I
You
but
think
do
what
what
that's
works for
happens.
you.
I think what happened a lot of times is people get so caught up in everyone else's relationship where they be
Looking,
like,
yep, looking
I
and
I
trying to
I,
emulate
I
it.
want what my grandmom and
Yep,
grandpop had. I
yep.
want with my aunt and uncle. Like
It's a
I got an
different
aunt and
time.
uncle. They've been
Truth
married
be told,
for 50 years.
here's
But a lot of times, a lot of
It's a
people
different.
don't know they broke up like 13 times
It's a,
in
yeah,
that
it's a
whole
different. It's a different
40
time now,
years.
though.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So as time changed, and I think Tyler Perry said it best. He was like, most people don't understand that over a course of time, you got to marry a person every 10 years because
Like
every 10
shit,
years that
it's every
person's
five.
changed.
I think.
Right.
I would say every five. Flight.
Off every five, whatever. Again,
Yeah,
like you said, tomato, tomato, whatever you think
yeah.
is best,
Whatever
you
worked for
have
you.
to find that where you have to come to a understanding. And I know, again, I'll speak on my personal. Um, my ex didn't understand that I'm not the same person that I was when you first met me. I've elevated. You've elevated. She made more money than me. This motherfucker was making $160,000 a year next to my little old 60. Never mind. Let me shut up. Saying too much. But anyway, and for me, I never got with her because of the money. And yes, yeah, she worked just like I work, which is what Bianca said. But on the same token, you my wife, like we gonna carry this. Let me know what you need help with, and I'm gonna let you know what I need help with. And all my gripe with her was stop coming in here bitching and complaining. That's the only thing I ever asked her. It was always you asked me to do something and I set out to do it, then you bitch about it. Or you complained about it, or it wasn't good enough, or it didn't meet your
That's the never
expectations.
being satisfied portion of it.
Exactly. Exactly. So that be my gripe a lot of times with some women. It's like what Bianca said. If we in this together, then help me do this. Okay, I'm doing that. And then you're gonna find something else. And then you're gonna keep moving the goalposts. And which again, I understand and I totally agree. But when I start moving that motherfucker, don't be coming with the attitude and you mad and I don't feel like it. I don't want to fuck my pinky toe hurt. I got an attitude. The bitch at the job getting on my nerve. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that's where the communication part has to come in. Fuck what social media is saying because they ain't got to deal with this shit. They don't have
Yeah.
to deal with I don't know what person I'm going to get today. So now your energy just jumped into me. Now I got an attitude. Fuck them dishes. I ain't doing shit. I ain't doing shit.
But isn't it safe to say that the goalpost is always going to move with people
Yes.
growing? What I
Yes.
wanted yesterday is not what I want today.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
But if you letting me know that, but
It's,
all
they
I'm
move the
asking,
goalpost without saying it though.
right, just let me know you moving that motherfucker. Or hey, let me know when I scored the touchdown. But like, you know what, babe, thank you
Exactly.
for doing the goddamn dishes. You know what? Thank you for cooking. You coming, let me tell you about this bitch at the job. This motherfucker. Blah, 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 blah,
Man,
blah, blah.
leave that shit at the
Wait
job.
a
Leave
minute.
that shit at the job. You home now.
Why we can't come home and talk to y'all about our day?
Cause that shit was at the job. Leave that shit there.
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't give a fuck about your
I want
job.
to
Like I don't
hear.
care.
No.
I
You
want
talk to your
you
girlfriends
to,
about that shit. Like a man don't want
right.
to hear that shit.
It's not just about my job. I'm just telling you about my day. Like, just like if you came home to release and tell me about your day, like, you're
That's
I'm not
supposed
fine.
to be
doing
my
that. I'm
person.
That's
not gonna do
fine.
that.
That's fine. No, again, to each his own. I would love to have those conversations, but a lot of times I don't want to talk about it. I
Yeah,
don't. I
just give me
like
my
if I
space and
had
I'm
a.
cool.
I'll
Like
give you a perfect example. If me and you was together and I had a fucked up show tonight, I probably wouldn't want to talk about it. You all right? If you know me, you know something is up. I'd be like, you know what? Not right now. I don't want to talk about it.
just let me
And
talk
then
when I feel like it. That's all.
as my mate, I would expect you to do something to change the mindset in my mind. Come here. Come put your head. You know you got some nice titties. I'm just saying. But come on, put your head on these titties. Come on, lay down and tell me about anything just to change the atmosphere and the mindset. That's all. A lot of times that's where the misunderstanding comes in. It's just like, yo,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
always,
not
you know,
disregarding
I'm
like
not.
what
You're
you
right.
went
I'm not
through
disregarding your
during the
feelings or
day.
what you think
But I
or how
don't
you
want to hear
feel.
no work shit. Work is
But it's
work. Home
every
is home.
fucking day.
Fuck what happened at the job. Like I don't want to hear nothing about
I
no
don't
work.
even know.
Once you clock out, that shit is over with. Like
Got you. Once I clock out, that's it.
it's over with. Leave that shit alone. Like fuck it. Like
Mm.
don't bring that shit home. Bring
Yeah,
added stress to the
yeah.
motherfucking
That,
kid.
like she said, that's what you got a work husband for.
Yeah,
Now I gotta talk to my work husband. Okay, cool,
yeah.
got you. Mental note.
All right. This is good. Let me get to some of these comments. They coming in fast and furious. This was a good question. How does chivalry equate to being something one has to do? Should that not be what you want to do?
No. Why should I want to do that? Just be. What should you want to do as a woman though? Like y'all got all this shit that we supposed to do
Why
as a
does
man.
no? But why does what I have to do as a woman depend on what you do as a man?
No, I'm saying y'all got all these expectations from the door. Like you could withhold shit from a man in the beginning. Oh, he ain't getting this, that, and the third until he showed me whatever. So why the fuck we can't
Y'all
feel
can
that
do the
way? I
same thing.
ain't doing shit until she showed me who she is. Now we got a Mexican standoff because ain't nobody doing shit.
But y'all could do the same thing. Y'all could hold out on
So
the
now we
boy
gonna have a
and do
Mexican
whatever you
standoff.
feel the
So
need to.
now we
But
all
that's not
right.
what. If
Now
y'all
what?
are coming together, if y'all are talking and y'all coming together, I like you, you like me. We got a vibe going on. At this particular moment, we're both on the same page that this could possibly be something else. So more than us just talking, it can blossom into a relationship or whatever. Why would you just not like? I don't understand. Like, why do what you do have to depend on what I do? Like that shouldn't be. Then you
Ask
always gonna
yourself.
be on a
Ask,
Mexican standoff,
ask
and never.
yourself that.
That's
Ask
not
yourself
how
that
it
question.
goes. That's
You
not.
can you answer it
You
though? Can
open
you
the
answer
door
that?
for me.
So
It
so
doesn't.
so
You opening the door for me shouldn't have nothing to do
ain't nothing
with.
wrong with your arm. You ain't paralyzed.
You right. You're absolutely right, and that's why them
It's like no,
situations will always
I'm
be
just
them
talking shit.
situations.
You supposed to like as a man, you do open the door for a woman though. Like honestly though, you do.
Or
OG,
you
this
walk
this
outside of
one
me
is for
like
you,
this is
OG.
what you're supposed to do.
Quick question. If
Well,
the
fuck that. You
man's
gonna get hit by the car if it jump the curb, not me.
quick question. If
See,
the man's role was
mm-mm.
only to bring home the bacon, what else do you bring if that's no longer a factor?
I
Dick.
didn't hear what you said. What you say?
Kalila said, quick question. If the man's role was to only bring home the bacon, what else do you bring if that's no longer a factor?
You gotta ask somebody that was traditional about that shit. I never lived that way. That's the old traditional shit that
All
don't
right,
work today.
I'll take that
I can't
question.
speak. I can't speak on that because I never lived that way.
That is a good question because we can't even talk to y'all. Like we can't even tell you how my day was.
No,
So
you actually
But but but
no,
but
you
but but,
can
but
talk to us.
when we
It's
bring
just
home the
it's
bacon, all right. So
every
if the bacon is no longer needed, we got to size it.
I just said that dick.
Yeah.
So, flight.
eggplant.
Claudia Baker said, I have to say, if you come at me with that stank attitude, we will have absolutely nothing to talk about. Your language is atrocious. The word is make love. You, sir, are disrespectful.
So what? If you feel like I'm disrespectful, good for you. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't know you, and you don't know me. So fuck it.
Jumana said,
And if
it's
you
the
knew me, you wouldn't say that.
Jumana said,
So
it's a team. However, I will cook and clean my ass off because I ain't mowing no lawns and getting on no roofs. I'm able to do that, but I don't want to. Laugh out loud.
But men ain't doing that either.
we are paid to
When the
get it
last
done,
time
though.
I can remember a man talk about, oh, he can fix this? But that's what I'm saying. You're not doing it either.
But if
So
you
you're
pay to
not
get it
doing
done,
your
that's getting.
traditional roles of
If you
fixing
pay to
shit.
get it done, it got done. Did it get done?
But you
Did it
didn't
get
do it.
done? Did it get
But you
done?
didn't do it.
It don't
You
matter
didn't
who
do
did it.
it.
You didn't. You didn't, and you didn't have to
It
get
does
nobody to
matter.
do it.
It does matter. Because
No, it
if
don't.
my traditional role is to cook and clean,
Because
You supposed
every
to
man,
listen to what
every
women
man is
say.
not a handyman. Every man not
That's what I'm
handy.
saying. Every woman ain't a cook. Every
Exactly.
woman
But
ain't a cook.
so what you gonna pay somebody to cook? Come over here and cook if you can't cook.
Listen, maybe some
Men
women
will
can
talk
order their
about
ass
your
off.
men will talk about your day. However, they don't want to hear ranting and venting. Laugh out loud uh
Reminds them
reminds
of
me of when,
when he's
yeah,
done
when he's done
something
something
wrong.
wrong. Men want peace at home. I can agree with that. All men
Oh,
Yeah.
want
sorry,
that.
Me
sorry,
talking about my
sorry.
day is interrupting your piece. Is that what
No,
you
No,
you
want?
if you
venting and
ranting about
bitching.
if you ranting about the shit, like she was
So
like, if you ranting about it,
I can't get 5 minutes to rent and get the shit off my
fuck
chest
no,
and
you could
then
do
we
that
move
shit
on.
on outside before you get in the house. Now you done fucked up the whole
now,
energy in the crib and shit.
here's the perfect example of what I was talking about when it comes to relationships, right? OG is looking for a specific kind of woman. Miss Monroe is looking for a specific kind of man. Those two people exist on this earth and they're right for you. The
Exactly.
problem is sometimes, we find
I,
ourselves liking people and you
I
give
keep
it
making
to
fucked up choices and shit.
you. Sometimes we meet people and the physical attraction is there, the lust is there, you know what I mean, and we lead with that as opposed to really getting to know the people
To
that
know a
we are
person.
potentially
But guess what
dealing with,
though?
Hey,
and then
But
we
you know
bring,
what?
no, let me finish, bro, let me
Let me
finish.
just flip. You know, if I don't say it now, I'm gonna forget it because I'm old.
Oh my god, bro, go ahead,
Now,
old
I done
head.
forgot. Listen, I done forgot the shit already, motherfucker. Go ahead, man. You didn't make me forget this shit that fast.
Damn,
You
beloved,
know I'm fucked up, man. That's why I got to get that shit out when it come to my mind.
I done forgot my shit now. I done forgot where the fuck I was at with it.
that's because he's sitting in that damn car. I hope you ain't got that motherfucker running.
Why would I have it running? Gas ain't free.
Oh
All
shit. Um, I don't know. I forget the. I forget. Yeah, I'm fucked up too, OG. I was trying to get. It was
I
good
really
too.
forgot what the fuck I was about to say, man.
I
Just let
thought
me
it was
let
good
me
too.
say it and then just take it. Like fuck it. You know I always blurt my shit out. And that's the reason why I got to blurt it out because it only take 30 seconds. It's like going in 60 seconds, man. That should be.
That's what you get at the big exclusive podcast. Flight, the only motherfucker remember what he be talking about. I thought it was good too. I felt that shit in my spirit, like Flight say. I felt it in my spirit like it was gonna be a good joint, and I need to get it off.
Yo, I don't even know what the fuck I
Just
was
so
about to say,
happy.
and I don't know what you were saying.
I don't
Rewind the
know what I
tape.
was.
Rewind the fucking tape.
You can't rewind the tape. It eats the tape. Don't rewind it. It eats the tape. I guess that's a good indication that we probably should move on to the next
move
thing.
on.
Yeah.
Because damn, that was a good joint though. I appreciate everybody comments. Make sure you guys share the stream. Tag a friend because after this message is boom, 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 boom. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's your man Angry Old Head from the Big Exclusive Podcast. Coming soon to NGTV. Be on the lookout for us. I got my man Big Roll with me. What's going on, Big Roll?
Hey man, come get current with NGTV. Salute.
And we are back. Make sure make sure you guys download that NGTV app, catch the big exclusive podcast, along with everything else entertaining, local and national. That was a good topic, man. I really should have invited some of the ladies in. Like Jemana, you should have jumped on. Kalila, you got to jump on because you be making some good points. Rima is a social butterfly. She knows she should jump on. But for the most part, that was a good conversation. We're gonna keep the conversation moving. We're gonna take a look at let me see what else we got here. All right. That was casual sex and whether or not it was destroying relationships or marriage. It morphed into something else as it normally do around here. So what do we have left? We have transgender MMA fighter, and then we have, do men and women stay in relationships longer because of financial security? All right. So where do y'all want to take it from here? Hey, I know that dude. Props to B Monroe holding it down. Yeah, shout out to Big Roll because he the one responsible for bringing in Miss Bianca to the fold. Reen, what's up, Reen? Late but here. What's up? Reen, you missed a good one. We was talking about modern women and oh shit, Tom about to start some shit. He said women have always been in charge of the house. They raise the babies. Their job is building the community, their home. They are the strength of families. I have to understand that women mature faster than men. Some women don't take that into I guess that's supposed to be consideration nor behave in that way. Me as a man knows this and I behave in this way because this is what I understand and have seen in women and can have innovations to think how you think. This is good. Have an understanding of my responsibility. Time. Yeah, you that was
Time
good.
will put. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. But we got to move on. We could do some overtime. Flight got to get out of here. But Kalia said transgender anything sports related is bullshit.
That's the bullshit because if
So I
you a
guess we're talking
man,
about transgender MMA.
like how is you a man? How is you wrestling against a woman, and how is that fair?
So I guess all right. So again, please don't. I'm asking. I'm asking. I'm not
Who you talking to?
you,
Booty
nigga.
shaker time.
You,
What?
motherfucker.
Booty
Because I'm
shaker
giving
time.
I'm getting ready to ask a question.
So you want the pussyfoot around it, basically?
No, I just got a question.
Okay.
Trying to be responsible here, right?
Mm.
So I'm asking, you said it's bullshit and it's not fair. And I want to know, why do you think that?
Because first of all, if you was born a man, say for instance, they wrestling in the heavyweight division of MMA. Now you 6'2", 230, right? As a man, I don't give a fuck what you do. You still way stronger than a fucking female. Like, so that shit is not fair. It's not fair at all. Like that, I wouldn't even if I was a female and I knew that the person that I was getting ready to compete against was a transgender. I would just drop out of the fucking the competition. No way. That's what they need to start doing when they find out they transgenders. No, go make a league of your own and shit, and lead us over here for people that was born, you know, with the same genitalia and shit, the same sex organs. That's as clean as I can keep it, man. But I think you better get it off because I'm about to say some inappropriate shit, and
Say it. I don't
I
look.
just
It
I
is
just
what
think
it
I
is.
just think it's bullshit, man. Like, there's no way. There's no way that that's fair. I mean, women want equality and all that, but that's not fair. That's not fair at all. Fuck that. Take your punk ass somewhere else and wrestle against a man if you was born one. Now the fucking playing field, you couldn't win as a man. You was ranked way at the fucking bottom of the list as a man, but now you want to compete as a fucking transgender as a woman. Now you at the top of the heap. That's the only way you can win. You fucking pussy.
All right. Talk your shit, OG. Talk your shit. So I asked the question, and look, uh, wait, Bianca, let me hear your opinion before I start talking.
I I 100% agree with him. Yeah, I feel like him saying that they should create a league of their own. I mean, why not? They got the women's league and the men's league. man's league, it is pretty much unfair for you to expect a natural born woman to go up against somebody that was once a man. Like male strength is way and like surpasses a female strength regardless. Like, yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I agree with him wholeheartedly, and yeah, that's just that.
Now you see Henry. Now why would now, why would somebody want? Why would a woman
Yeah,
want to fight
that's
Henry?
yeah, that's something else.
Yo, she
But yeah, I
actually
agree with him.
broke
That's just that. I
another.
feel like
She
they should
actually
they
broke a woman's skull in an MMA match. This is
It
fouling
ain't no
Fox.
she. That's a he.
Listen.
Yeah, he did it. Like fuck that. It ain't no she. He. That motherfucker don't bleed every month. Is a he.
So my personal opinion is that it's no fucking way that. So wait, hold on. Before I say that, is it is no, because it's just fucked up either way. I don't even want to ask the question because it's fucked up either way. I think, and some of the stuff that I've been looking at when I was looking up the story, and OG hit it on the head. You know, men born as men um, have different bone density, different structures. Evolution, when it comes to evolution and how we evolved, we've evolved to be the stronger species.
By far.
When you talk about quick twitch muscles and pure, unadulterated strength and power, the way our fists are, the way the bones, like at the end of the day, it's just not fair. And when we all talk about sports, we always want a competitive and fair playing field,
Yep.
right? And if that's what you want, why would you ever allow someone born as a man to compete with women? Now,
And
and
he
in
could
no
break. If I
other
hold off and
aspect,
punch a woman, her face gonna be shattered.
and the lady Fallon Fox broke this lady's skull in MMA.
Stop saying the lady did it. It was a man.
I said he broke this
Oh,
lady's
okay.
skull
Oh,
in the
yeah,
MMA.
yeah. But I wouldn't even, as a woman, I wouldn't even participate in that kind of match
I
though.
mean, that's because they're protected.
So, what do you
They're
mean they're
protected
protected?
now. So that's the thing. They're
Meaning what?
protected. So
The
whereas
gooch.
though
She talking about the
if
gooch.
I
How they got.
decided to transition into me being a man, you now have to call me a man, and now I am now able to do
I'm
and
not calling you no man.
like him for instance, he's able to now fight women because of the fact that he's protected, and now his name is now Karen or Kimberly or whatever. I don't know the man's name, but
Mama
whatever it
name him
is,
Clay.
now you have to address me as such. And if not, now it could possibly turn into a lawsuit. So now they're protected. So now they're able to do these things.
I honestly think that if any professional sports league allow this, and I don't care if it's the reverse, male to female, female to male, it does not matter. When you talking about, especially when you talking about contact sports, like you
Man,
talking about fighting bare knuckle, like you could really fucking hurt somebody. And this man who was born a man broke this lady's skull. And like OG said, when you fighting against the men, you for Winfrey, right?
yeah,
You getting there with the women, you dominating.
yeah.
It's not a fair fight. I don't care if they take in hormone replacement. None of that matters to me. I think there's not enough time passed for them to evolve down or to devolve. So men, in my opinion, until women have to face that instinct level threat, that they won't ever evolve into that. Now, can women train to be that strong? Yes. Can women train to be professional fighters? Yes. But they all should be competing against other, I want to say, natural women. There's no way
But
they should
that's
be
why it's
competing.
That's why it's two separate divisions
so
because it's an
it's
unfair. It's unfair.
Right.
I mean it is like it should be a league just for transgender athletes, and they can fight and each other in that way. But at the end of the day, when you have a man breaking a lady's skull and there's no, I don't know, it's no, that's assault to me. If you ask me, that's fucking assault. Like you can't just break that lady's skull as a man. Now imagine me, right? I go put on the wig, I slap on some lip gloss, and I say I identify as a woman. And
Yeah.
I go to the club and I beat the shit out of a woman at the club. They're not gonna put me in the ladies' jail. They're not gonna take it easy on me because I say I'm a woman. They just like point. Here's the perfect one. Transgenders need their own shit, point blank, period. Thank you, Jumana. That's it. That's all. So wait, Kareem said, OG, would you smack a dyke?
I break her if she got out of line. I break her fucking jaw. If you put your hands on me, I'm gonna break your shit.
Listen, man, I gotta sneak out. I'm sneak out. This nigga is tripping. Listen, I love y'all, man. I'm about to go be funny and try to make some money. So
Bro,
uh
kill it. Have a great show
yes, sir.
tonight,
I
Have a
appreciate
good
y'all.
show.
Love y'all. Y'all be good.
All
Stay
right, Flight.
blessed. All right, homie.
bro. And you going to jail. You damn right.
I
They
don't
gonna
give a
say
if you put your fucking hands on me, I'm gonna break your shit.
no, but that's kind of my point, right? So say for instance, you identify like again, the scenario is I put on the wig and I go because I identify as a woman at 6'4", and I go punch the fucking break a lady face, I'm going to jail. Like, don't pass go. I probably won't get no bail. Look,
So
oh,
so
this.
I'm supposed to just let the motherfucking do whatever it is to me, and just what the ones just don't do nothing back.
Wait. What's the term? OG, here's a test. Quick quiz. What's the term? What's the old school term for dyke?
A bull dagger.
I knew you was going. I knew you was going no.
That is not nice. That is so not nice.
Chumada said, I identify as a billionaire, so I'm going to go rob this bank. Facts. I'm going with you.
Hmm.
We both identify as billionaires. So we entitled. We entitled to the money, right? But yeah, transgenders need their own league. They need their own shit. It shouldn't ever be a reason for a man to be fighting a woman
At all.
um, at all. Now, like, I agree with OG when he said this. Because Kareem asked him, would you smack a dyke? Now, on a very base human level, you just got to maintain respect. The minute you get disrespectful, there's a line,
That you
male or
can't cross.
female, that you can't cross, and I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face. You cross male or female, if you cross this specific
Mm.
line, I'm gonna try to put
Like
you
a
in some.
like a straight up female. I think if a woman was to hit me, I wouldn't sock them, I wouldn't slap them, but I'd fuck around and give you the people shove, and you've been flew 15 feet and fell on your back of your fucking head.
Now I'm talking about. I was talking about. uh dykes. I wasn't talking about like just
Oh no,
straight up.
you identify as a man then, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
A dyke doesn't identify as a man.
yes they do. That's why they dress up like one and wear
Mm.
and pull out the strap on they bitches.
Not all of them pull out straps, and all of them don't identify as men.
Yes they
But
do.
I'm just saying.
Why they be
I'm
dressing like
talking
men
about
then?
the one. I'm talking about the ones who I'm talking about the ones who identify,
We
and
talk
it's a
about
certain
Butch and
level of
Henry
respect.
and Rodney, you know.
It, it's different levels to it.
How
But
you know?
okay. Huh?
How you know?
because I got friends that's in the gay community, so I know
So
every female is just like a
what
man
is a
doesn't
dyke then?
identify as a man
What is it?
nor wants to
What
be a
do
man
dykes basically identify as then?
as
Like the butch
women,
ones,
hard
huh?
women. I mean, you got hard butches and you got soft butches. You got some that do want to be men, and you got some that just don't. Some just not girly, don't want to dress like a girl, and they feel comfortable more so dressing in men's clothes. That don't necessarily mean that they
So
identify
what
or want to
what
be
do
a
they
man.
do sexually then? Like
I mean, some. I mean, I wouldn't. Some people that I
or
know, they don't strap up. They don't like for people to use straps on them, and nor do they strap up. They
so what
don't feel
they
the
do?
need
Just
that they
carpet
have
munch
to.
each other?
Pretty much,
Where did you get that from a man?
they don't like men
Oh, okay.
or not attracted to men or whatever. But
But
that don't necessarily mean.
that's what I was waiting for. You're not attracted to a man, but a fucking girl dressing up as like a man you attracted to.
But she's not a man underneath her clothes.
But you look like one though.
But she's not a man underneath her
But you said they
clothes.
not attracted to men, but you look like a man.
But you could obviously still see that that's a woman.
Some of the times you can't.
I mean, I'm at when you take your clothes off, you're not a man. You don't have the male anatomy for me to be attracted to. So therefore, even though a woman may be a tomboy or may wear, certain clothes or whatever, I mean, it's a from what I understand, it's a psychological thing. So it's not always what it seems. Just because
Let
a
me
female
find
dressed
out,
like a man
Bianca.
mean that she wants to be a
Let me
man.
find out. You a switch hitter.
I ain't a switch it if I was. I wouldn't have a problem telling you. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I know something. Right?
All right, let's keep it pushing. We got a half hour left in the show, guys. If you want to join the show, it's because these opinions in the chat is they coming through hot and heavy, and I want to get to some of these. George says side note. Big Rose says side note. Dykes with low haircuts and huge boobs confuse me.
He back.
Kalila said, either way, I believe it's universally agreed upon that any event of a confrontation, y'all all can get. Okay. Christine said, she said, I know personally all dykes don't identify as a man. They just comfortable in men's clothing. That's kind of what Bianca said. All right, drop a line. Let me drop this here, put this here, grab that, drag that, bring this back, and there it is. So I guess is that's can you imagine like you come home or your wife is in the MMA and some guy breaks her fucking skull? Like, could you imagine? Like
First of
I couldn't even imagine.
if my wife was getting ready to fight the motherfucker and I knew that it was a man, you not fighting that motherfucker. And that's just that. Like you're not fighting. You can't. You can't do that. Like and he a bitch ass nigga for entering in that contest as a man, knowing he a fucking man at the end of at the bottom line, you a man. You can identify all you want as whatever, but you was born a fucking man. It's not a
So
fair fight.
what's supposed to happen going forward? Like that's my
Tell that
question.
motherfucker to fight a man. You
So
got to go fight the
like
boys.
is the
Like
rules and the regulations now going to change because down that y'all see something
for
extreme could happen?
for safety reasons, it should.
That's what I'm at. So what happens now? What's the outcome?
For
Are they
safety
still going
reasons,
to be
they got
allowed
to
to
do
fight
something
women?
about that. Like that's not cool. Like
All right, right quick, we going listen to this quick trailer. Shout out to Miss Davis. She has a film coming out. Is about to be in a few other festivals. Miss Levita Davis. Take a look at the trailer. Get excited, you guys. I'm gonna put this trailer on Facebook. I want you to share it as much as you can. She's blessed this show many a times, and I want to make sure we showing her some love. because I feel like she did a great job in this trailer. So take a look at the trailer. The movie's coming soon, and I'm gonna share it on Facebook so you guys can share it as well.
Miss Duke, you can call me Miriam.
Well, that's a beautiful name, Miss Marion. What is it that you do? I mean, like, for money.
There's nothing I wouldn't do for you and your sister. You know what? I can't wait to see you, sir.
Shout out to Miss Levita Davis doing her thing in that trailer. Be on the lookout for Mama Duke's coming soon. But I'm right on the heels of that. I want to get into the TikTok video of the week. I thought this shit was funny. I thought we all could get a good laugh out of it. You guys in the comments, let me know what you think of the TikTok video of the week.
The slap looked fake to me at first. I hope the slap fake. It was too soft. My nuts slap my thighs harder than that when I double dutch. The boss double dutches and my nuts be like tear my thighs up.
Look at your face. I just thought that was funny. Coming on the heels of the whole Will Smith and Chris Rock situation, I thought we could, you use a little humor. Reba said, "What in the Dexter?" Yeah, Reba, follow her on Facebook and on Instagram. It's Levita Davis. She did a good job. Christine, I thought that shit was hilarious. My sister always send me funny stuff from TikTok. As a matter of fact, the one from next week is one of the ones that she sent me. I can't wait to play that. But we down to our final topic. We're going to get into it right now. And the topic is, do men and women stay longer in relationships longer because of financial security? So funny enough, earlier we talked about traditional or modern women and guys not being as traditional as they used to be. And we when we talk about, as OG would say, those antiquated ideas when it pertains to as far as modern women are concerned, men bring home the bacon and women stay home and cook it and this, that, and the other thing. I find it ironic that a lot of times these same modern women want men who make a very specific amount of money. Not only do they want these men, they feel like they're entitled to these men for whatever reason. I'm a strong proponent of you want what you want. Yeah, yes, that's exactly what I said. A lot of these women feel like they're entitled to these men. And there's a whole
That's my belief too.
Yeah. So, and I, like I said, I'm a strong proponent of you want what you want. You're entitled to have preferences. You're entitled to want what you want. The problem I have with that is ultimately the women who achieve this and get those men in those specific, financial brackets are often, at the end of the day, very unhappy with having, and this goes for men and this goes for women. I'm not exclusively talking about women. I'm talking about men and women, okay? Those people who find those people are very often unhappy in those relationships because those type of people move a very specific way. Not 100%, okay?
And guess what? That shit is built on money. Like you built that, you wanted that man for money purposes, for the sole purpose of how much his motherfucking paycheck was. It's never gonna work. You build your foundation on money, it's never gonna work.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Because what I was saying was most of the people who find themselves in those relationships with those kind of people, with those kind of means, are very unhappy. Because when they want those things and when they feel like they're entitled to those things and then they get those things, again, like I said, you're entitled to want whatever you want. All right. A preference is just that, a preference. You don't have to ever settle. Please don't settle. All right. Don't ever settle. Because that's worse than anything. Feeling like you settled on somebody and being stuck in that relationship. Well, not necessarily stuck, but being in a relationship where you feel like you settle and then you feel trapped. The point I was trying to make is those people, men and women who feel like they're entitled to those people with those that are in those 1% tax brackets, find themselves very often very unhappy about that situation and about the relationship specifically, because what they forget is those people, men and women with those kind of means, have a certain level of access, and they
They
travel
exercise their options.
and they most certainly will exercise those options habitually. And what you
When
find
you
and
say
seeing,
exercise those options, are you saying like cheating, or are you just saying in
Exactly.
general?
Cheating.
yes, absolutely, that's
Cheating?
exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
that's
I just want to
exactly what
know
I'm
for my
saying.
rebuttal. That's all. Go ahead. Go on.
Yes,
Be
so
great.
men, they find that those men and those women that they end up with start to exercise those options, and when they start to exercise those options, herein lies the question, and this is why I posed it. Most men and women find themselves in the relationship way longer than they should be, and they accept a certain level of stuff because it comes with the money.
The financial gain from it.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, when you want you with this man because of the money is what you wanted or whatever, you don't get what you need. And what you need is more than it means more than what you want. What you want don't carry as much weight as what you need.
Um.
Bianca, floor is yours.
Ooh, Jesus Christ. There's a lot to unpack here. So, do people tend to stay in relationships longer because of the financial thing? I would say women, yes, men, not so much. Men more so stay in a relationship longer for a place to stay. However, with women, it's more, with us it's a security thing. So for you to see that a woman wants a man in a certain tax bracket, it's because we want to make sure that we are secure financially, not necessarily meaning that his money is my money, but I mean, going back to the way that we used to think men are supposed to take care of the home. So if he's taking care of everything that I need, then it wouldn't necessarily be a problem. So I'm more so inclined to stay in a relationship longer than I would with a bum. And a bum is mostly, and I'm not saying a bum is somebody that doesn't make six figures. I'm saying a bum is somebody that just doesn't want to do nothing or have any ambition or anything like that or bringing anything to the table. So
Those are bums. They don't have no money. What are you talking about?
right now, but I'm just saying because I don't want people to think if you don't make six figures, you're a bum. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you're somebody that don't want to bring nothing to a table, then that means that you're a bum in my eyes, whatever. But now, as far as the access thing, I mean, there's people that's out here that don't make no money that cheat. So it doesn't necessarily mean because you make six figures, you're going to cheat. Now, yes, you are
It's
going to have to
easier. It's
sacrifice.
easier
It's not. It's really
if
not.
you have more
But
options. Money
it's
gives
really
you more
not.
options. Money gives
It
you
is
way more options than if you
it's
don't
really
got it.
it's really not, because all you really need to do is really post a picture on the gram with money hold to your ear and bitches is going to
We're
flock.
not talking. No,
That's
social media.
but
That's
wait,
bullshit. Like
wait.
that
That's not what
social
I'm
media isn't
saying.
real life.
OG, let her
I
finish. Let her
understand that,
finish.
but that's not the world that we live in. People go to social media and see how many followers somebody has and how what their pictures look like to see if they will possibly talk to this person. But I'm not even on social media at this point in time. What I'm saying is when you have a man of means that may be making 6, 7 figures, then you will have to sacrifice some things. You may have to sacrifice time. You may have to sacrifice attention. You may have to sacrifice a lot of things that you may initially want in a normal man because he now has the opportunity to give it to you versus somebody that now has to go out and get it and continue to make this money. This money didn't just come overnight. So yeah, you're going to sacrifice some stuff, and it doesn't necessarily always mean cheating. Because like I said, you could be the brokest nigga in the hood and have a million bitches, depending on how you fucking present yourself. So that's not a thing. But women will tend to stay in a relationship if everything as far as like with me. If home is taken care of, I'm not gonna say I don't give a fuck what you do, but as long as home is taken care of and I don't have nothing to worry about, I mean, it goes hand in hand. Like, but I feel like
So
men are more so likely to stay in a relationship because they don't have nowhere else to go.
Money has
so
always tilted the scales. Money has
so
always tipped the scales.
so you saying, and I'm gonna ask you this: you're okay with him cheating as long as home is taken care of financially?
I'm not saying I'm okay with him cheating. I'm not saying that, but I have less to complain about if home is taken care of. Like you take care of home first before you do anything outside of this door. So I'm not saying that I'm okay with a man that's cheating or I want a man that cheats as long as he take care of home. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I have less to complain about. I because
So that
you're
means you
making
okay with it.
sure.
So you just
No, it's
always
not
looking
what
for
I'm
something to
saying.
complain about, is what you're saying.
I'm not a complainer. I'm very simple. Like I really am. Bitch,
So
seriously. But what I'm saying is it makes it less and is more is money is easier when you have money and you're able to spend money and go out and have a good time. And like I said, you don't got to worry about the gas bill or the electric bill or rent or the mortgage or whatever. It's easier for you to be in a space where it's like, oh, I'm happy because most of the time, what I mean, as far as what I'm concerned, what I worry about is, damn, this bill is coming up. Damn, I gotta pay this on so and so date. And like, once you don't have that pressure, like it's easier.
so it's easier to swallow the pill that that person is cheating on you.
Because he makes everything else go away.
I mean, I'm not saying that, but I mean,
That's what
ignorance
you
is
just
bliss.
said it.
I'm saying ignorant is. I just said I don't want a man that's going to cheat on me.
So
What I'm saying is, it's easier for me to not go looking and seeing what something is doing because I'm more so not worried about what's coming up or these bills that's coming in or
We
whatever.
didn't
Listen,
ask you was you gonna go
everything
looking
being
around.
fine.
We asked you was you okay with it. We didn't ask was you gonna go snooping around.
I just said that I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with the man cheating on me. That's not what I said. I said I'm more so inclined to be happier because I don't have to worry about the shit that everybody else is worried about.
let me explain to you the difference between the everyday guy and those guys in that 1 percentile. The difference is ultimately those guys in the 1 percentile, they cheat, and most women, right, and those relationships know that their significant other is cheating, and
They
they
tasted the
make
lifestyle and don't want out of it.
they got accustomed, right, to the bags and to the jewelry and to the lifestyle, like OG said, and they accept it. They just
Mm-hmm.
they just accept the fact that at the end of the day, with that lifestyle comes a certain level of cheating. Now, here's the thing. And like I said, the difference is a lot of times those women know that their significant other is cheating. When you talking about people that's in the other rest of the percentile, the majority, a lot of women don't find out that a man cheating until a baby is in play or the
Or
side piece
somebody
getting
hated
an
and cold and
attitude,
shit.
somebody
Yeah.
hated and snitch, and they find out that that person is cheating. Most of the guys and girl, most of the men and women in the 1%, it's understood going in that if you're gonna be with me, I'm gonna
This is what I
exercise
do.
these options.
Yeah.
And you're
Okay.
gonna be okay with it because you're gonna get the diamonds, you're gonna get the red bottoms, you're gonna drive the car, you're gonna have the big house, you're not gonna have to worry about a bill. So I think somebody famous once said, you wanna cry in the pace or you wanna cry in the Bentley.
Exactly.
So my question is, because when people look at social media and they decide that these people are goals and they look at these relationships and think they perfect, and it's not until it get publicly messy that they realize all that shit is fucked up because everybody putting these societal constraints on these relationships, that they realize like, hey, look, everybody shit fucked up. Ain't no such thing as a perfect relationship. It's just not the reality of it. And when you talk about, and in reference to the question, my personal opinion is yes, most people who are in financially well off situations stay way longer than they probably should, or way longer than they want to. Because, like you
But
said,
see,
they don't have to worry about the bills. They don't have to worry about where the next meal is coming from, or whether or not, or they get all their wants, not only their needs, but they get all their wants taken care of. And and I can remember us talking about it last week, and the question came up. I think I still have it. Here it is, right here. Should a man let his woman accept gifts from another man if he can't afford it? So you find yourself in situations like that because you technically want to be with somebody who make that kind of money to take care of all your wants, but you don't want what comes with that. So
Mhm.
you just gotta be mindful that be careful what you wish for, but also understand going in what you asking for. A lot of times people don't know what they asking for when they looking for these specific kind of people, especially when it comes to money. Money don't change
but a
people.
lot
Money
of
just
times people
enhance who
just
people are.
a lot of times people aren't just honest, and that's where it really boils down to. Like
I agree.
if I was to meet somebody today or tomorrow and he tell me for real, this is what I want, this is what I need, I cheat sometimes, I might be, I'm a lot. Like if you present yourself ahead of time, you would get a whole lot further than you trying to lie and withhold information from somebody else. So whereas though if you talk about somebody with six figures or whatever, and you say, you know what, I got other situations outside of you, whatever. It's a choice. Don't take the choice from me. Like, don't present yourself as one thing, and then months later you are somebody totally different. Because if
People
you'd
with
have
money
told
don't do
me,
that. They don't have to have that kind. They don't bargain and barter. They just go with who gonna go with their shit.
they don't
Because
have a
they have
reason not to
access
tell
to
you the
so many.
truth.
They have access to so many
Exactly.
women that they don't have to, plead
But
and
they don't
barter and
have a
bargain and
reason
shit.
not to
Like
not tell you the truth.
the truth is, they got the
Like
money, so they got the
regardless,
power,
if
and
I'm
they know.
going into a
And more,
relationship
and
and I
nine
feel
times
like
out of ten, 9 out of 10, the women that are with those men are only with them for the money, and the man
that's
know
not
that.
true. That's not true.
He knows it.
You can't judge everybody's case on the same thing. That's not necessarily always true. But at the same time, what I'm
Nothing is
saying
all.
is
Nothing is 100%. You can't say that about
there's no
anything, though.
reason for a
You
man
can't
to
attach
lie and have
100% to
six plus
anything. Like
figures. There's no reasons. If I'm walking into a relationship and we both talking and we both feel like, okay, this relationship is going to be monogamous, then that's what my perception of this relationship is going to be, because this
he's
is
not
what you
going to
told
lie.
me.
He's not going to lie at all. Like
That's what I'm
Shannon
saying.
said,
So if
he
if
you
if
you
he
go
came to
into it
me,
knowing that this is what comes with it.
you don't
That's
know
what
that.
comes with it. He's not lying. He's
That's
not
not what I'm
lying.
going into
He
it
got
for. That's
options.
not what I'm going into it for.
He got
Regardless,
options, and
because
he's going to exercise
everybody
his
has
options.
options.
Not
Everybody has options.
no, you don't. Not everybody don't.
Everybody has options.
A broke motherfucker don't got no options.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. A broke motherfucker don't got options like a motherfucker with money.
How
So
many
stop,
bitches? I'm sorry. How many
stop,
females
stop,
mess with broke niggas?
stop. You can't. You
I'm being
can't.
honest.
So, all right.
How many
How about
females
this?
mess with broke
Now,
niggas?
now, now. How about this? Say you got Floyd Mayweather, right? And you got
Okay.
Big Exclusive, right? They
Uh
both
huh.
got options, right?
Right.
They both got options, right? Who got the most
Right.
options? Who got the most
It
options?
doesn't matter. You still have
Now, fuck
options.
all that. Just answer the question. You being a woman now, I just asked you a question. You couldn't answer it.
I did. It doesn't matter whether you have
That's not.
one option or
That's it's a
10,000
yes or a
options. You
no. You
still
being
have
a
an
woman,
option.
Bianca. Stop. Stop. Who got the who got
It,
who
it
got the
makes
options?
You're not making any sense. Whether you
Well,
have one
it was
option
a
or
simple
10,000
question.
options, you still
It
have
was a
an
simple. It
option.
was a simple question, and you like now you turning
Hold,
it complicated.
I'm not.
You
hold
did
on.
too.
This is a good one, and I think this is exactly, if I'm a betting man, I would bet 95% of women think this way. And this is specifically dealing with men and that 1%. Kalila said, "My thing is, if you're taking care of all my needs and wants, the only rule that I have is to be honest with me at all times and never bring what you do outside into the home. Just my opinion." And I believe most women would feel that way. And I believe, Bianca, at the end of the day, that's what you saying, to an extent as well. It's no problem. And here's the thing: there's no
Because
problem with
you can accept what you want. That's
accepting.
like it's your prerogative.
Exactly.
That
Because
don't make you less of a woman or no less of a woman. If this is what you
exactly.
want to deal with, this is just what you want to deal with.
And the
I
only
just said
time
ignorance is bliss.
no, but we're not
And that's
talking
pretty much
about
what she
being
said.
we're not talking about being ignorant. She in this comment, she's well aware of what's going on and what's going to happen.
Just don't let it land on my doorstep. Is what she's
Exactly.
saying.
So for me, and when we talk about now, see, I'm not in the 1%. I wouldn't know. I definitely wouldn't know. I couldn't tell you. But in the nutshell, when
Why
we
home to
talk
the
about
motherfucker that's in the 1%?
I,
I've
I,
seen it firsthand.
I,
I've been on trips. We done rode motorcycles together. I done hung out with this motherfucker. He's in the 1%. So I know how it go. He got options.
um so in a nutshell, for me, I think money is a way bigger motivating factor than
Then,
most
then, then
people, men and women, would like to acknowledge. And a lot of times, those relationships predicated on that money are ones that are very, to me, toxic. Personally, for the person who's man or woman who's in the position of not being well off, especially if you ain't married. Now, once you get married, then all bets may be off, unless that prenup airtight. But at the end of the day, when men and women deal with men or women who are in a position where they're financially way more well off, that can get tricky. And I believe that person who isn't as well off finds themselves in a very inadvertently submissive position, especially when it comes to having healthy communication and some sort of acknowledgement, because that person will always feel like, well, look, I dragged you up out the motherfucking gutter, motherfucker, so you owe me. And that's normally what their attitude devolves into. I've seen it. I've seen examples in real life. I'm not talking about on television or these celebrities. I'm talking about in real life. I was able to sit back and watch with my own eyes. Now, and again, that's not 100% of all relationships. I'm saying the majority of them. And money is a hell of a motivating factor when staying in a relationship. And I think a lot of times when you stay in that relationship for the money, some people in a position who have the money can start to be very dehumanizing. So be careful what you wish for, is basically how I wanted to put a nice little neat little bow on that, John. But I'm gonna drop a couple more of these comments. Uh Thomas said, I don't agree, OG. I'm not sure what you disagreeing to, Tom. You could drop what you disagreeing to in the chat. Kalia said, OG killing me, cracking up. Melanie Scott says, everyone have options. Some people have more options than other, but everyone has options. She was agreeing, I guess, with Bianca. Rima, my girl Rima Thomas said, but that is ignorance in a way, because she doesn't know exactly what he is doing. So that is her bliss, so to speak. Okay, I see what you're saying. Thomas says it's a lifestyle. Like you said, Big E, if this is what you know and experience, and it's a routine in my life, why wouldn't I start to believe this is what it is? Yeah, pretty much in a nutshell, that it is what it is. Real quick, let me shout out the sponsors one last time before we get into our final thoughts. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Um, this was fun. This is fun. I think we might bring the whole Kevin Samuels thing back next week, because that seemed to be a good one, a good spirited debate as well. Oh shit, wrong one. Shout out to Critical Shot Studios. If you have any podcasts, any audio visual needs, make sure you reach out to him, Critical Shot Studios. That's on Instagram and Facebook. Little exclusive bakery, home of the best baked cookies on the planet. Maywide Cosmetics. Salute to Kayla, my little entrepreneurs. Get your body mist for $8 at www.icraftmart.com. Make sure you continue to show your love. We appreciate y'all. Let's get into some final thoughts right quick because I think it's important that we kind of walk away. Raymond said, not Kev. Khalid talking about, oh my God, hell no. That's what's gonna make it fun.
That's my hero.
So listen,
Kevin Samuels.
This is what we should do, bro. The Battle of the Sexes show should be next week. We'll bring in Bianca. We'll bring in B and Javon, and it'll be you, me, and Flight, and then we'll have somebody be the moderator. What y'all think?
They're going down.
And
Should
it'll
be interesting.
It'll be a battle of the sexes. Okay. I like that idea. Let's see if we can map that out for next week. I'll reach out to B and Javon. Bianca, you good?
I'm good.
All right. Me, OG, Flight, you, B, and Javon. Battle of the sexes. It's not going to be a Kevin Samuel show. So Rima, relax.
Yes, it is.
Kalia, relax.
I'm gonna come on with Kevin Samuels mask and shit.
Some of those topics will definitely be brought up because at the end of the day, you know, it is going to be men versus women. Y'all know how we do on the big exclusive podcast.
We're gonna live in the manosphere next week.
We keep it respectful, and no matter how, you know what I mean, loud and excited we get, y'all know it's all love and it's all respect, and we're gonna be right back to do it next week. So final thoughts, OG, you want to start us off?
I'm gonna shout out my man Big Roll for making it back from his his trial that he had or whatever, his health crisis, and good to see you back, big fella. And who was the person that said I was ignorant? I want them to come on again next week. They think they heard some shit tonight. Wait till next week.
Who was that?
That was a new person. I never heard of that person.
Yeah, Claudia Baker.
Yeah, who the fuck is Claudia Baker? That's a troll.
Oh,
who gonna name their kid Claudia?
There it is, right there.
Yeah, who the fuck is Claudia Baker?
I don't know, bro, but you know,
she's somebody.
Yeah,
she dipped. She said her little shit and dipped.
Right, probably because you said the shit that she ain't like. Oh well.
But guess what? I mean, you don't have to
here hold nobody's hands, man. We
like the thing is, you don't have to like what somebody has to say. Like it's called a difference of opinion. Like,
exactly.
And I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say and how I want to say it, and I'm not going to say nothing disrespectful to nobody either, though. Can you name a time I've ever disrespected anybody on this show?
No. But you know what they say.
A hit dog gonna holler.
Hit dogs gonna holler. Battle of the Sexes, Kalia said, perfect. Y'all got make sure y'all bring y'all friends because I'm gonna try to have the flyer out tomorrow. God damn it. Because this gonna be a good jaw. Christine said, oh my God, she ready for next week's show. Big Rose said, my brother, much love. Bianca, final thought.
Oh God.
OG, you want me to bring Crystal for that show?
Fuck Crystal.
That is not nice.
I swear y'all two need a show. Y'all need a show.
Yeah, man, Crystal cool though. Crystal cool. I just talking shit. Crystal be cool for that though.
Yeah, she definitely
she'll be good for that. She'll be good for that.
I'll reach out to her. I don't know. Wait a minute. I already said who we gonna have.
Oh yeah, so
yeah. I mean,
who was B?
Her name is Cosplay by B. I'll show you. She
I remember her. No, get Crystal. I remember. Get Crystal.
Get Crystal?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, okay, we'll get Crystal if she accepts the invitation, bro. Because I'm gonna tell her
she gonna love to accept it. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna tell her it's Battle of the Sexes. She might not want to fuck with it. I'm
gonna put it in the fucking meat grinder.
It ain't no ism, bro. All right. I'm sorry, Bianca. Go for it. Final thoughts.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Again, I'm such an advocate of women. Such a cheerleader for us. So always stay pretty, stay positive, be empowered. Mwah. I love y'all.
All right. All I'm gonna say, I'm gonna echo what OG said, but I'm gonna just add what I always add to it. Kayla, Cameron, Daddy, love you guys so much. Just remember the world is your playground. Work hard so you can play harder. It's very good, and I'm grateful, and I'm happy to see my brother from another big role back in his seat, his throne on the front row of the podcast. When he's up to it, we're gonna make sure we get him on live and direct. We're gonna have some fun and welcome Big Roll back in a proper way. But until next time, is the
I
biggest
got one more thing to
podcast.
say.
Yes, sir. You got it.
You see how Bianca said she advocates for women,
Uh-huh.
and you have all these platforms where everybody always advocate for women. There's hardly any platforms where we advocate for ourselves, man. I'm advocating for men.
That's society. Like, what are you
I'm
talking about?
no, that's bullshit.
Society advocates for men. What are
Society
you
don't
talking
advocate for
about?
men.
Yes,
No,
they
I'm
do. It's
advocating for
always been a man's world.
I'm our spokesperson, and we in the manosphere next week is going to fuck down.
He can advocate for
And
men, like
just
I
like
said.
that,
Yeah, it's going down.
that's
It's a
all,
society
folks.
thing. It always has.
I'm
Let's
putting
remember
cases
this.
on all you bitches.
Hey,